Hi, this is Level 1, Week 7 and 8 lesson plans. First, we have our vault stations. Our first station will be a double station, and each student will have their own set of balancers to stand on, and they're going to try to squat while keeping their balance 3 to 5 times, not letting themselves fall. Our next station will have 2 activities. The first station will be a bounce back drill with the foam square. Students will start feet together, arms down, and bounce forward and back, lifting their arms. Our next station, the students are going to do their run, proper hurdle, hands on knees or hands on feet onto the resi mat. Our next station will be a double station. Each student will have their own cheese mat, and they're going to place their hands on the floor, walk their feet up the wall to a handstand, and then when they are ready, they'll kick off the wall to a flat back on the incline. Our last station will also be a double station. Each student will have their own rainbow mat. They'll lay their belly on the mat, give it a hug, and lift 2 straight legs together 3 to 5 times. Floor stations. Our first station is a double station, and the students will be working on their straddle roll. So feet apart, hands in the middle, roll to a straddle sit, and push in the middle to stand. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be working on teddy bear cartwheels. So they'll stand next to the paddle mat with one foot in front. They'll reach 2 hands to the mat and kick, and they're going to go back and forth, alternating legs. Our next station is also a double station. The students will each have their own mat, and they're going to work on their bridge, pushing straight arms and straight legs, counting to 5. Then they can rock and roll and take a break. Our last station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their hand-eye coordination using our stomp and catch boards, trying to keep their eyes on the beanbag and catch it. Bar stations. Our first station will be a double station. The students will jump to a front support, and they're going to work on casting with their feet together, trying to get their hips and stomach off of the bar. Our next station will be a double station, and the students will be working on hollow rocks while holding the noodle between their feet and their hands, keeping a hollow body and rocking back and forth. Our next station will also be a double station, and the students will be working on their birdie perch. Hands together, placing 1 foot on at a time, stand, balance, and jump, landing on their feet. Our last station will also be a double station. The students are going to grab the bar and walk their feet up the mat, trying to get their hips and belly to the bar, and if they're ready, they'll do a chin-up pullover. Beam stations. Our first station will be a double station, and the students will be working on T-touch. They'll start in a lunge, lift their foot, show the letter T, touch the beam, and stand, keeping their ears covered and finishing in a lunge. Our next station will also be a double station. Each student will have their own side of the beam, and we're working on our pivot turns. So they'll start with 1 foot in front, arms by their ears, lift into releve, and pivot on their toes without switching their feet. Our next station will be a double station. Each student will have their own side of the beam, and we're going to be working on our passe hold. So they're going to stand in 1 foot, arms out, lift their knee towards their chest, and then if they're ready, they can try it in releve, up on their toe. Our last station will have 2 activities. One student will be on the front beam, and we'll be working on complex. So they'll start with their proper mount, 1 leg over sit, toes up, knees up, stand up, and then we're going to work on 3 walks. Our forward walks, arms out to the side, our sideways walk, stepping apart together, keeping our toes on the beam, and our step kicks, kicking straight legs out in front, pointing our toes without bending our knees. The other student will be on the floor, working on their arabesque hold on the circle board, keeping their arms out and chest up.